and greetings one and all. 'Tis day 2 of February 2021. Woo! A day many of us also regard as Groundhog Day here in the Northern Hemisphere, where we experience snowy weather for a short period of time throughout the year. On this day, we find out how much longer winter will indeed be based on a giant ground squirrel's shadow. Yep, I said that. A giant ground squirrel's shadow. Now, according to Wikipedia and the rumor mill, so reliable sources indeed, Groundhog Day, known en français as Jour de la Marmotte, which in my mind sounds like the title of a pretty good B-movie, and in Pennsylvania German as Grünsodag Marmeltiertag. This is apparently a traditional holiday originating in the United States. Now, legend has it that if on this day and does not see its shadow, then the spring season will arrive early, sometime before the vernal equinox, which usually happens on the 21st of March. Now, if it is sunny and the groundhog does indeed see its shadow and then retreats back into its den, the winter will continue for 6 more weeks. Now I wonder what will happen if by chance the groundhog does see its shadow but does not retreat because perhaps it's intrigued or perhaps maybe because it's enjoying the warmth of the sunny rays. I wonder, will the multiverse implode? In southeastern Pennsylvania, groundhog lodges celebrate the holiday with their Somling, social events where food is served, speeches are made, and one or more Gispiel, plays or skits, are performed for entertainment. Interestingly enough, the Pennsylvanian German dialect is the only language spoken at the event. Or, let me correct that, the only language that is permitted to be spoken at the event. Now, rumors have it that the sounds of the language vibrate synchronously with the language of the Grünsodag itself, and anyone speaking anything else at the event must pay a penalty. Usually in the form of a nickel, a dime, or quarter per spoken word, with the money being put into a bowl in the center of the table. Now, it is unclear what happens with the collected funds, but underground rumor has it that it is usually offered to the groundhog as a peace offering. The coins are left outside its den, and late at night, under moonlit skies, the groundhog gathers the offering and buries it in a secret location from where, if the intentions of the landfolk are good and honorable, fruit-bearing trees will grow. Groundhog Day was adopted in the U.S. in around 1887. Clymer H. Fraz, the editor of the local paper Punxsutawney Spirit, began promoting the town's groundhog as the official Groundhog Day meteorologist. The largest Groundhog Day celebration is held in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, with Punxsutawney Phil being the focus of attention. Historically, the celebration began in the 18th century as a Pennsylvanian German custom in southeastern and central Pennsylvania. Prior to that, the origins date back to ancient European weather lore, in which a badger or sacred bear is the forecaster or foreseer of the future. Now it also has similarities to the pagan festival of Imbolc, the seasonal turning point of the Celtic calendar, usually celebrated on February 2nd and involving a weather foretelling as well. The groundhog is a rodent of the Sciuridae family, belonging to the group of large ground squirrels. Now, the first documented American reference to Groundhog Day was found in a diary entry from February 4th, 1841 by a Morgantown, Pennsylvania storekeeper named James Morris. I quote, "Last Tuesday, the 2nd, was Candlemas Day, the day on which, according to the Germans, the groundhog peeps out of his winter quarters, and if he sees his shadow, he pops back for another 6 weeks, presumably to take a nap. But if the day be cloudy, he remains out, as the weather is to be moderate." Some other notations about the day include this poem from England. "If Candlemas be fair and bright, winter has another flight. If Candlemas brings clouds and rain, winter will not come again." And these two lines from Scotland. "If Candlemas Day is bright and clear, there'll be 2 winters in the year." And then there's this short poem from Germany. "For as the sun shines on Candlemas Day, so far will the snow swirl until May. For as the snow blows on Candlemas Day, so far will the sun shine before May." Some alternative theories to make us think include: 1. In some Western countries in the Northern Hemisphere, the official first day of spring is almost 7 weeks, so approximately 46 to 48 days after Groundhog Day, falling on either March 20th or March 21st, and in others, the date is traditionally the middle of spring, similar to how the solstice in June is Midsummer's Day and the date varies. Now, something more to ponder is that the custom could have been a folk telling of the confusion created by the collisions of 2 calendar systems. Some ancient traditions mark the change of season at cross-quarter days, such as Imbolc, when daylight first makes significant progress against the night. Other traditions believe that spring did not begin until the length of daylight overtook night at the vernal equinox. Now, in the midst of these theories and calendar markings, the the groundhog mediator was introduced as a means of harmonizing the two traditions. Sometimes, spring begins at Imbolc, and at other times, winter lasts 6 more weeks until the equinox. A more simple theory notes that the groundhog naturally comes out of hibernation in central Pennsylvania in early February based on the average temperature. Hence, if German settlement had been or occurred further north, Groundhog Day would take place at a later date. Generally, based on observations of groundhogs in central New Jersey, they mostly tend to emerge from their cozy burrows in mid-March, regardless of Groundhog Day weather. So go figure, right?